I just want to share my story and let you guys know that if you're struggling with fertility problems, that you're not alone. Hi guys, so welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, I'm glad you're here. So I thought I'd let you guys know a little bit about my fertility story and my infertility story. So yeah, I feel like I need to have this, just my story being told, because I've struggled with it for years and years and years. So I thought I would, like I said, let you guys know my history, and if you're going through the same thing, that you're not alone, because it's really hard to deal with fertility problems. So anyway, let's get started in my story. So in my senior year in high school, maybe my junior year, my menstrual cycle started getting a little bit more messed up, not every month kind of thing. Didn't really think very much of it, but yeah, I wish I would have. But I didn't think very much of it, so I just went on with my life, and yep. So then I met my husband, and my senior year. So then we didn't go to the same school or anything. He was already graduated by then, so yep. So got married, and about a year and a half later. So get married. We got married. We decided that we wanted to start a family like right away, as soon as possible, because we both love kids, kind of thing like that. So I went off the birth control pills probably about a month before we got married, and my period stopped, like completely just stopped. So I'm like, okay, this probably just a side effect of the birth control pill. That's fine. We're gonna get through this, kind of thing. So, wasn't on the birth control pills. I was not having any periods for almost a year. After that, maybe once or twice a year for the next like 3 years, which it was annoying. I started noticing some hair growth on my chin and my chin, so I just started shaving, kind of thing. My husband joined the military 3 years into our marriage, which is great because we were he needed a job. So found out after he joined the military that they would cover the insurance would cover fertility treatments, because at this time we've been trying to have kids for almost 4 years, and getting a little impatient. Things aren't going to work, especially if you're only having 3 periods a year at this point, still too. So yeah, went to the fertility doctor and got started on fertility treatments. I had to have a surgery before I started, which to correct a problem. Uterus was deformed. So went through fertility treatments. I did 3 cycles of Clomid, which I had no response to. Yep. 3 cycles of Clomid, which means it was a month of Clomid, and then another period, because if it didn't respond, they gave me medication to have a period. 3 months, or another month of Clomid, kind of thing. So that took almost 6 months, and no response from Clomid. And by this time, my husband was getting ready to deploy, so we just kind of like, okay. It's kind of dumb for me to keep doing these treatments when my husband's not here, So he deployed. I went on a really high raw juice fast, whole bunch of stuff like that, and actually got my cycle almost normal. 28 days, like every month. It was so awesome. I was like, yay, we're gonna finally get pregnant when he gets back. And I don't know what happened. I think it was probably the stress of everything, and then going back to my old diet, and my periods somewhat normalized, but not 100% really. So started back on the fertility treatments when he got back, about 2 months later. Did a cycle of Clomid again for some reason. I don't know why, but did another cycle of Clomid. Didn't work. And by this time, we're getting ready to move. So we just go ahead, pack up everything, move from Colorado to Washington State. And then at this time, I'm just like, I just want to take a break. You know, I just want to take a break from fertility treatments and everything, because they're starting to really take a toll on my body. I gained quite a bit of weight, probably about 30-40 pounds. So yeah, that wasn't very fun. So I'm just going to focus on losing some weight and just trying to get healthier. So about 2 years before about 2 years, I went to school, you know, kind of thing. So getting ready to, we started the fertility treatment again. They had me on different types of medication. I responded great to it, but the egg didn't set. I did a whole bunch of shots and medication and everything, and it all worked. I all responded to it, but for some reason the egg didn't attach. I'll find out later here why. So by that time, I'm just like, I'm not feeling good. I gained even more weight. I'm really sensitive. First off, I'm really sensitive to anything, any kind of hormonal treatments. So for the shots and everything, I gained another 30 pounds. So from the time I started fertility treatments in Colorado, I was at 170 pounds. 170 pounds, then to about 2 years later, about almost 220 pounds. So I was feeling pretty depressed at this point. You know, all this stress and weight gain, you know, for nothing. And it's, yeah, for nothing really. No baby to show for it. So did a cycle of that treatment. Like I said, I gained a lot of weight. And then it didn't work. And then the next month, the same thing. I did, okay, let's give it one more chance. Give it one more chance. So did another round of shots and treatments and everything, and then nothing worked. I got no response. I didn't get any eggs. I did nothing. So nothing, it just went, nope. But I did gain another 20 pounds. So after this, I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done for right now. Let's just forget it. You know, I can't keep gaining weight. I can't gain weight. I can't. It's not healthy if I do get pregnant to be almost 230 pounds. You know, so it's not healthy. So at this time, we're getting ready to move again. Lovely military, you get to move every 3 years. So getting ready to move again. So this time we moved to Belgium. So we moved to Belgium. We had a lot of fun over there traveling. I started seeing a fertility specialist over there, but with the laws and everything, and then my insurance, the insurance wouldn't cover anything, nothing. So that was kind of a depressing thing, especially since they want to do a little bit more advanced treatments than what I was doing in Washington. So we decided just not worry about it right now. And then about 2 months later, I started like my period. Yay, I started my period again, you know, kind of thing. But then it didn't stop. Another thing I've touched on this in one of my previous videos, that I continue to bleed for 4 years. I went from doctor to doctor to doctor. Nobody told me what was wrong. Nobody did any kind of testing, nothing. It was just, you have PCOS, that's a side effect of PCOS, and yep, you have PCOS. First off, I wanted to say I was diagnosed with PCOS in Colorado, going through the first fertility treatments when they did the surgery. So yep, just thought I forgot about that. So I went from doctor to doctor in Belgium, in military doctors, off the base doctors. Nobody told me what was wrong. So we moved back to the United States. Still bleeding. I suffered, let's put it that way, because it wasn't this little tiny bit of blood. I almost bled to death at one time. I needed a blood transfusion, kind of. I didn't go through any blood transfusion, but I was told I needed it. So yeah, that's anyway. So sorry about that, guys. My camera decided to die, and I charged it, and then now it's just decided to pour down rain. So hope you guys can hear me okay. Getting back to the story, we moved back to the United States. I still didn't get any answers, so I just kind of I don't know what to do, so just kind of put up with it. It was an everyday occurrence, everyday bleeding almost every single day. And then I got a job, and the insurance, I thought the insurance would cover some more fertility treatments. Back in the back of my head, I'm still like, I want to be a mom. I need to figure out what to do. Maybe then thought popped in my head, says, maybe if I go on some more fertility treatments, maybe this bleeding will stop. Because, it's been about 4.5 years at this point, and I was getting depressed, and yeah. So I decided I found a local fertility office, and me and my husband started going through the process of fertility treatments. And at this point, I was actually told that I will never be able to have kids naturally, and the only way to have kids is to go through in vitro. So I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and do this. The need is so deep that yeah. Let's go ahead and just do the fertility treatments. I do the IVF. I just want to be a mom, My husband is feeling the same way. It's been, at this point, we've been trying to have kids for 13 years. And, the emptiness, that's all I can explain is the emptiness. So, yeah. So yeah, we decided to go ahead and do the IVF. But of course, we needed more, start all this stuff through again. Even though I was bleeding for 4.5 years at this point, I still needed to have a normal period cycle because the lining wasn't being shed. It was just there, so I really wasn't having a technical period. I was just bleeding, So anyway, go through the initial step process, get everybody tested. Me and my husband tested, and all did a whole bunch of different tests, and I get a medication to start my period. So it's a mixture between birth control pills and I forgot what type of medication it was. So I had a normal period. I'm really anemic by this point, of course, as you can imagine. So after my period, through medication, they did a ultrasound, and they did like an ultrasound and a couple tests, and they found that I had some polyps. And the little bit of history, I was told that I did have polyps when we were in Colorado, but didn't think very much of it. Whatever, I don't know what polyps are. Yeah, whatever. So after they found some polyps, so decided to get those removed before we start treatment. So went through some surgery, had a DNC, which was really painful surgery to remove the polyps, and the doctors were absolutely shocked. They had never, remember the doctor telling me the day after my surgery that they have never seen anybody with as many polyps as I did, which would explain why I was bleeding constantly. Yeah, so she didn't even count how many polyps there were. My whole uterus was nothing but polyps. So okay, back in my head, okay, so this is done, let's go ahead and do the fertility treatments, and let's get this started. But about a week after my surgery, they took some samples during the surgery of some of the polyps, sent away to be tested. So anyway, we tested, and I got the results back a week after my surgery that it was uterine cancer. I'm still shocked. So yeah, I had uterine cancer. It was a big shock, but it made sense to me. You know, it made sense. I think that I had cancer in Belgium and I was bleeding constantly. But I was relieved. I was very, very relieved. Because that way, hey, you know, I know what was wrong. You know, so just kind of, I was terrified. But just, I was terrified because, you know, I didn't know what to expect from cancer. But also, I was relieved because now I knew what was happening. Now I knew what caused it. And then I got mad. I got mad because, you know, they could have caught it sooner. They could have caught it a lot sooner. You know, doctors didn't listen to me when I was saying, hey, there's something wrong. Yeah, so, yeah, so anyway, they scheduled me for another surgery, to do another D&C, and then to give me a UID, which was the cancer treatment. It's another surgery. The cancer was fine, you know. They think they got it all. They got it all, but then have the UID put in. So that's where I'm at now. It's been almost a year since my surgery. Getting ready to have the UID out next month, which is awesome because I don't like taking any kind of birth control or having any kind of birth control. It makes any sense. So the UID is coming out next month, and then whatever happens, happens. So that's where we're at right now. I have no plans to go on any more fertility treatments or anything like that. I have gained almost 20 pounds since having the UID last year. So I'm not happy about that, but the weight's not coming off. So hopefully next month that will change. Also, me and my husband decided not to do any more fertility treatments. So we've actually decided to go in through adoption and adopt. So I know eventually that I will have a baby, naturally. I will get pregnant someday. I do believe that in my heart. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video, right here. Stay tuned for tomorrow's video. So I'll give you a little bit more update on our adoption process and stuff. So yeah, we're going to be in the process of adopting. It's had a lot of twists and turns in the adoption process, but it happens. So yep, that's my story, guys. If you like this video, ever helped you, please hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed here already. And any questions or comments or support or anything, please post them below the video. And thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.